We hear so much about relationship red flags, right? All those warnings and signs that things are heading south. But today, we're going to flip the script. We're going to talk about the good stuff, the undeniable signs that you've found the real deal.
So, let me ask you something. Do you really know what true love looks like? It's pretty easy to spot the warnings, but what about the positive signs? The green lights telling you that this is something special, something worth holding on to. Yeah, those are talked about a lot less, but they are so much more important for building a connection that lasts.
And that is exactly what this is all about. We are flipping the script on love. The whole point here is to shift our mindset away from fear, away from anxiety, and instead build some real confidence by knowing what to look for, not just what to look out for.
And look, this slide really breaks it down, doesn't it? When you're only focused on red flags, you're just living in a state of anxiety and doubt, always scanning for the next problem. But when you start looking for these green flags, everything changes. You're looking for clarity, for confidence, for that deep, unshakable feeling of security. Honestly, it's a total game changer.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, with the absolute foundation of any great relationship, authenticity and trust. These first couple of green flags are all about how safe, secure, and accepted you feel, just as you are. This is the bedrock that everything else gets built on.
All right, green flag number one, and this one is so important. It's simply this: they love you, for exactly who you are right now in this moment. They don't see you as some kind of project to fix, and they're not secretly hoping you'll change. They just genuinely love your core self, all the quirks included.
And what that means is you love them even when they're having a bad day or aren't at their absolute best. You're not comparing them to anybody else. In fact, you're actually proud of them. You're excited to introduce them to your friends and family because you want everyone to see this amazing person that you see.
And, that flows right into our second green flag. Because when you're truly loved for who you are, you naturally feel safe enough to be your most authentic self. No masks, no putting on a show, no overthinking everything. Just you.
This is just huge. It means you can finally stop analyzing every little thing you say or do. You can share your weird thoughts, your biggest dreams, and even your deepest fears, all without worrying about being judged. Those walls you've built up, they just kind of melt away because you know you're in a safe place.
Okay, our third green flag is the bedrock of trust, integrity. This is when you both stick to your word, period. It's really that simple and that powerful. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. And really, what this means is that when a promise is made, the idea of breaking it, it's just not even an option. Lying, betrayal, that stuff just isn't on the table because that foundation of trust is completely solid. You can finally relax knowing their words actually mean something.
All right, so with that foundation of authenticity and trust firmly in place, let's start building on top of it. Let's look at the connection itself. These next green flags are all about how you two actually interact with each other, day to day, through the good times and maybe even more importantly, the tough times.
Green flag number 4 is massive, and it's not about never having a fight. Look, disagreements are a totally normal part of any close relationship. What really matters is showing that deep, mutual respect while you're disagreeing. How you handle conflict says everything.
And you can really see the difference here, right? In an unhealthy conflict, it's all about winning. You get defensive, there might be name-calling, feelings get totally dismissed. But in a healthy conflict, you're actually listening to understand, not just to fire back a response. You handle it maturely. You validate each other's opinions even if you don't agree. The goal is to find a resolution, not to win the argument.
Our fifth green flag, this is one of the most beautiful signs of a really strong connection. It's that feeling when seeing your partner genuinely happy brings you this deep, personal sense of joy. Your happiness just gets all tangled up together, in the best way. I mean, this is such a special thing. It's not that you depend on them for your happiness. It's more that their well-being is just as important to you as your own. When they get a win, you feel like you won too. There's zero jealousy, just pure shared celebration.
Okay, so now let's talk about the partnership itself. This is where all those foundational pieces come together. These last couple of green flags show that you aren't just two separate people in a relationship, you are a real team, a truly united front.
So green flag number 6 is all about willingly making small sacrifices for each other. Now listen, this is not about giving up who you are or your big life goals. Not at all. It's about being flexible,
Because you're a team now. It's seeing compromise as a genuine act of love.
And it really is so often about the little things, Like ordering the veggie pizza when you'd rather have pepperoni, or spending time with that one friend of theirs you're not totally crazy about. It just shows you're willing to step out of your comfort zone for a bit, because their happiness matters to you.
And all of this leads us to our seventh and final green flag. You operate as a dream team. You're a unit, a partnership in the absolute truest sense of the word. You face the world together.
So what does a dream team actually look like? Well, you're each other's biggest cheerleader. You're each other's best friend. You are that unconditional support system for one another. When you think about the future, you just naturally see them in it. You are a kind, forgiving, and united front against absolutely anything life decides to throw your way.
So, after going through all of that, I think we have a much, much clearer picture of what true love actually looks like in action. Let's just do a really quick recap of these 7 powerful signs.
7 key indicators, 7 signs that tell you you're building something healthy, something secure, and something deeply, deeply loving.
Here they are, one last time. They love you for you. You can be completely yourself. You both stick to your word. You show mutual respect during conflict. Your happiness is shared. You willingly make those small sacrifices, and finally, you operate as a dream team. And that brings us to our final question for you to think about. Looking at this list, which one of these green flags really hits home for you? Which one means the most? What's that one sign that truly makes you feel like you found something special? It's a really powerful thing to reflect on.